Zumbi. Who is Zumbi? Dos Palmares. Who is this Negro de todas arachas? Who's this Zumbi, man? I mean, to ask this question, who this Zumbi is in Brazil, in Brasilia, you might have to start right here. Let the Aqua Thai Battle in the free dictionary at .com. What's a zombie? Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the folklore with the corpse being reanimated? Yeah, see, that folklore is coming from the fact that you are a computer being controlled by a hacker. This is what happens when you get hijacked. You get hacked, right? They're hacking us with religion. They're hacking us with money. They're hacking us with, all this media stuff, this fear. A computer is a zombie. A computer is a zombie. A computer is a zombie controlled by a hacker. A computer controlled by a hacker without the owner's knowledge. So that it sends large quantities of data to a website, making it inaccessible to other users, so no one can get through to you. You've been hijacked, right? You've been hacked. You're now a zombie. But remember, before you were a zombie, you were a Zumbi, right? You were this computer. You were computing. Computers computing, man. The Naga is the computer. I mean, put that together. Wrap your noodle around that. Wrap your noodle around that. And then we could talk Zumbi. You see, in a short time, let's back it up. After a particularly devastating attack by the captain Fernando Carrero in 1676 that wounded Zumba and led to the capture of some of his children and grandchildren, Ganga Zumba. Alright, so this is different than Zumbi. This is another priest king, right? Ganga Zumbi sent a letter to Governor Pernambuco asking for peace. The governor responded by agreeing to pardon Ganga Zumba and all his followers on condition that they moved to a position closer to the Portuguese settlements. So they were trying to get hijacked. The Portuguese were hijacking these people of Zumba all of a sudden. Now you get the whole backstory. You see that Zumba's a real one, though. Zumba's a real one. But now there seems to be a deal being made with these Portuguese. Now they got to move closer to these settlements and return all enslaved Africans that had not been born in Palmares. So everybody, because they're over there freeing the Naga. Now we're just talking about Colombo right now. We're just talking about Colombo, and I'm not talking Christopher Columbus. I'm talking about Colombo, all right? I'm talking about Colombo, Palmares. We're talking about the palm trees in Brazil, right? We're talking about the Nagas that's fighting for their freedom in Brazil. Now check it. Although Ganga Zumba agreed to the terms, what deal with the Portuguese? One of his most powerful leaders, Zumbi, refused to accept the terms. So Zumbi came under Zumba, but Zumbi wanted to be hijacked free. And he said, no deal. Zumbi refused to accept the terms. According to a deposition made in 1692 by a Portuguese priest, Zumbi was born in Palmares in 1655 but captured by the Portuguese forces in a raid while still an infant. He was raised by a priest and taught to read and write Portuguese and Latin, but at the age of 15, Zumbi escaped and returned to Palmares. There he won a reputation for military skill, bravery, and was promoted to a leader of a large Macambo. So Zumbi just wanted to be hijack free, man. Again, we're just talking Colombo. Now, even when you talk this term Ganga Zuma, it only translates to great lord or great Khan, right? So we're just talking grand Khans in Brazil fighting the Portuguese invasion. Some were making deals. Some, like Zumbi, remain hijack free to the end. And we're gonna get some more on this, man. It's coming up, man. But love to all the family sending me this drive. Colombo dos Palmares. So what Colombo? Some said this is a cover story, or the Christopher Columbus is a cover story for what was going down with this Colombo group that was liberating the Nagaz. Okay. And here's a poem written by Jorge de Lima. I'll just read the translation. Belly range, black person's belly. Okay. Belly range, right? We're just talking about where they're located. Black person's belly, what they look like. The other mountains are covered with snow, with brides, with clouds, with greens, and you from Loanda, from rags, from rings, from tails, from Colombos. Belly range, I see you from the home I was born, the utter fear of the escaped slave. That's Jorge de Lima. And there were 9 different sections of these Palmares, right? So this is a group that was divided into what? 9 villages, my Naga. So they over there in the 9. They surfing away. Macaco or Machico. Almost sound like Mexico. Macaco. And de la Kik Touche. Something like that. You see it, man. And then you got a whole place for Zumbi right here, right? And then you got the Amaru. Uh-oh. Then you got the Amaru. The forest provided the Colombola with everything it needed to survive, such as fruits to eat, palm trees to cover their huts, fibers to make materials, brooms, hats, baskets, coconuts to make oil, and the bark of some trees. So they were just living, man, off their, habitat, man. You know what I mean? They were living off their habitat. Last part we'll get is this from this site called, or this book called, Illuminating the Blackness. We're talking about Zumbi dos Palmares, born as a free man, 1655 in Sierra de Barriga, Palmares. A Colombo is located in the Brazilian state of Alagoas. Zumbi was captured by the Portuguese at the age of 6 and given to the missionary as a slave in 1661. So all this capturing at the age of 6, man, almost sounds like that St. Christopher story, man. 1670, Zumbi escaped and returned to Palmares as a warrior, where he launched an anti-slavery campaign and inaugurated resistance. So we was talking about the Denmark Vesey's, the Nat Turners. We're talking about the resistance to the invasion, to the Portuguese oppression, along with other members of the Colombo and the help of a Muslim Moor from North Africa. So we're going to connect all this, man. We're going to dig into all this, man. Who was choosing up on both sides? Zumbi helped accommodate many runaway slaves and marginalized and oppressed freemen of various ethnicities. So we're, were we working together for freedom? I mean, we keep hearing about the more and more war, you know what I mean? Were we also working together for freedom? You know what I mean? Because I want to talk unity over here. I'm not, it ain't about breaking down no paradigms and this and this. It's about being hijack free, though, and just bringing it all together, man. So maybe we can all work together for freedom, huh? Maybe we can all work together for freedom, man. Sao Paulo's Palmares University is also named after Zumbi and the Colombo. So we're talking Colombo, my Naga. We're talking Zumbi, my Naga. Or are we talking zombie? Right, so they turned Zumbi to zombie. Now this computer has been hijacked by a hacker. But before you were hacked, because it's without the owner's knowledge, you have no idea, right? So that you're sending large quantities of data, my Naga, to their server, right? Making it inaccessible to other users, man. And now you're in the mind of a hijack. And Zumbi, before the zombie, before the hacking, before the hijacking, was being hijack free. And we just are showing some love to our ancestors that you might not have heard about in the resistance. Hijack free, my Naga, you're all about resisting this fear, this static. So stay up, Choose up, suit up.